The Irish hymns in the Liber Hymnorum. The translation below is that of Whitley Stokes in his book Goidelica. Locus hujus hymni, sleeve bloom or Cloen more medoc. The author, Broccan the Squinting. Tempest of Brigid, son of Lyra, king of Ireland, and of Ailill, son of Dunking, king of Leinster. Causa. Ultan of Ardbraccan, his tutor, asked him to relate Brigid's miracles in short discourse, with poetic consonants, for it is this Ultan that collected all Brigid's miracles. Victorious Brigid loved not the world. She sat the seat of a bird on a cliff. The Holy One slept a captive sleep because of her son's absence. Not much of carping used to be found with the noble faith of the Trinity. Brigid, mother of my Lord, of heaven's kingdom best was she born. She was not a carper, she was not malevolent, she loved not vehement woman's war. She was not a serpent wounding, speckled, she sold not God's Son for gain. She was not greedy for treasures, she gave without gall, without abatement. She was not hard or penurious, she loved not the world's pastime. She was not harsh to sojourners, gentle was she to wretched lepers. On a plain she built a town, to God's kingdom she convoyed hosts. She was not a herdsman on a mountain side, she wrought amid a plain. A marvelous ladder for pagans to visit the kingdom of Mary's Son. Marvelous was St. Brigid's congregation, marvelous the flame that went from it. It was only about Christ sang the assembly that was frequent with multitudes. In a good hour, Michaela set the veil on St. Brigid's head. Clear was she in her goings, in heaven was heard her prayer. God, I pray him in every struggle, in every way that my mouth may speak, deeper than seas, greater than can be told, 3 persons, 1 person, marvel of a story. She prophesied to the sage, famous Comgan, that wind would hurl him through a storm of snow. In Glendalough, a cross was suffered so that he possessed peace after trouble. St. Brigid was not sleepy. She was not changeful about God's love. The Holy One neither bought nor gained profit of this world. What the King wrought of miracles for St. Brigde hath not been wrought for man, where ear of any one living hath heard. The first calling to which she sent in spring in a chariot, she took not from her guests' food, she diminished not their substance. Her cauldron's charge of bacon after this, one evening, high was the marvel. Although the dog was satisfied thereout, the guest was not mournful. On her day of reaping, well reaped she. Fault was not found there with my pious one. There was fine weather always in her field, though on the world fell a storm. Bishops who visited her, not trifling was the danger to her. If it had not been that the King increased the cow's milk 3-fold, she herded on a day of storm sheep amid a plain. She spread afterwards her hood in the house on a sunbeam. The hard youth besought her, Brigid, for love of her king. She gave 7 wethers from her flock's number she lessened not. It is according to my lore if I should relate what she did of good. Marvelous for her the bath which she blessed. About her it was red ale. She blessed the pregnant nun. She was whole without poison, without illness. There was a greater marvel another time, of the stone she made salt for the poor. I have not told, I tell not, what the holy creature wrought. She blessed the table-faced man, so that his 2 eyes were clear. A dumb girl was brought to Brigid. It was one of her miracles. Her hand went not from her hand until her speech was clear. A marvel of the bacon she blessed. It was God's power that secured it. It was a full mouth with the dog marred it not. There was a greater marvel at another time. A bit she asked from the cauldron's charge, spoiled not her scapular's colour, though it was flung hot into her bosom. The leper begged a boon of her. It was good for him that she granted it. The choice of the calves she blessed, the choice of the cows it loved. She afterwards sent her chariot northward to the hill of Brogan-Cloen, the calf with the leper in the chariot, the cow behind the calf. The oxen that had gone away from her, well for them had anyone turned them. Against them rose the river, at morning they came home. Her horse separated head from bridle when they were running downhill. The yoke was not uneven. God's Son helped the royal hand. A wild boar frequented her herd. Northwards the beast drove it. Brigid seined him with her staff. With her swine he took his stay. A hog, a fat pig, which was given her over Mael Brigde. It was a marvel. Wolves hunted it for her until it was in Gabra. She gave the wild fox for grace of her vassal the wretched. To a wood it went, although the hosts pursued. She was clear in her goings. She was one mother of the great king's son. She seined the swift bird so that it played in her hand. 9 outlaws she seined, who reddened their weapons in a pool of gore. The man on whom they inflicted wounds, his body was not found. What she wrought of miracles there is not one who has rightly counted. A marvel. She took Lugad's dinner. The champion his strength did not lessen. An oak which the host lifted not at the other time. Excellent, famous. Her son brought to her for Brigde, to the place in which her house was founded, the pin of silver, not to be concealed, for evil against the Neas woman, was flung into the sea a cast's full length, so that it was in a salmon's belly. A marvel for her, the poor widow who dwelt in Brogan-Cloen, burnt the new weaver's beam on the fire, cooking the calf. Greater was the marvel than the other. The saint wrought it. In the morning whole was the beam. At its mother the calf suckled. The treasure of silver which the artisan broke not, it was a marvel for her. Brigid struck it against her palm, so that afterwards it brake into 3. It was put into a scale by the artisan. A marvel was found after this. It was not found that even one scruple, 1/3, was greater than another third. What she wrought of miracles, there is not a human being who may recount them. She blessed Raymond for Conla when he was taken to Latium. When there was danger to her, her son before her did not fail her. He brought like raiment in a coffer of sealskin, in a chariot of 2 wheels. The vat of mead that was brought to her, there was no hardship to everyone who brought. The vessel was found beside his house. It was not observed there with her. She gave mead for her vassal's benefit when he needed it. There was not found increase there, nor was a drop wanting from it. On us let Brigid's prayers be. Long against dangers may she aid us. May they be on her weakling's side before going into the Holy Spirit's presence. May she come to us with a sword of fire at the fight against dark flights of demons. May her holy prayers convoy us into heaven's kingdom beyond pains. Before going with angels to the battle, let us visit the church running. Commemoration of God is better than any poem. Victorious Brigid loved not the world. I beseech the patronage of Saint Brigid with the saints of Kildare. May they be between me and pain, that my soul come not to ruin. The nun that used to run over the Curragh, may she be a shield against sharp weapons. She found not her like, save Mary. We put trust in my Brigde. We put trust in my Brigde. May she be a protection to our host. May her patronage work with me. May we all deserve escape. Christ's praise, a glorious utterance, adoration of God's Son, a gift of victory. Of God's kingdom without denial, be everyone who has sung it, who has heard it. Whoever hath heard, whoever hath sung, let Brigid's blessing be on him. Brigid's blessing and God's be upon us together. There are 2 nuns in heaven whom I rely on for my protection, Mary and Saint Brigid. Under the protection of them both be we. Sancta Brigida, Virgo Sacratissima, in Christo Domina, fuit fidelissima. Amen.